Jennifer, we're actually still waiting on some of the votes to roll in here in Sterlington. Right now, it's looking like a runoff race could be possible between incumbent Mayor Cesar Velasquez and Alderman Matt Talbert. Jennifer, the Morehouse Parish Sheriff's Office said it happened around 12:30 this morning. They received multiple 911 calls about gunshots being fired right here on Bentley Street. Hey, Jennifer, that's right. Definitely some significant damage here at Tallulah Academy. I'm going to step out of the frame and give you a closer look at what's going on behind me. Jennifer Annie Williams first lost a son to gun violence 2 years ago, and just recently her 2 grandchildren were shot. Today she broke out in tears while sharing her pain.
And I understand they were just standing outside. Some fellas come up behind the store, just start shooting.
Bullets rang out last Monday outside Big's one-stop convenience store, the same place where 2 other shootings happened last Thursday and Friday night. And then Saturday, someone opened fire on Williams' home.
We here sleep 2 in the morning, 2:03 inside. We getting shots. I'm hearing bang, 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 and I'm afraid.
The violence brings back tragic memories of her son, Big, also known as Cedric Williams, who was shot and killed nearly 2 years ago. His son opened this convenience store in his memory, and Cedric hoped to open it himself, but tragedy stood in the way.
It never happened. Just 6 days after his birthday, November the 26th, at 12 or something, my son, at home with his newborn, minding his own business, some kids kicked in the door and killed him. But what? What did they get? They just took a life. But they didn't get anything. Their jewelry laying there, his wallet. What is all this for?
Williams says this video from the night Cedric was killed was given to police. It shows 4 men walking through his front yard at night. Williams now lives in fear for her family.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And she wants the bullets and bullet holes to stop.
Back in my days, I'd rather fight you than cut you. Now, if you're gonna fight fair, let's fight fair. But guns, the bullets don't have no eyes.
The Morehouse Parish Sheriff's Office says they have persons of interest in the 3 shootings last week. Back to you. Jennifer, I met Evie Hilburn and her family at a hospital in Shreveport. Evie says she's determined to push on, and the community is playing a big role in her optimistic outlook.
And we are holding your weight in prayers.
You can almost feel the presence of people from home, and you can feel the spirit and the love.
That was beautiful.
On April 9th, Evie Hilburn's life changed forever.
No one ever expects it. It's crazy how fast things can happen.
It was something Evie and her family never thought would happen.
You go into a state of shock and I guess you would say trauma yourself. And there's so many emotions, it's hard to put it into words.
After a serious UTV accident, she was airlifted into Ochsner LSU Shreveport from Morehouse General Hospital.
We came in as a trauma case, flown in, and every day has been something new.
Give you what? Water? Food?
At first, Evie was unable to talk. She suffered lung damage and had trouble breathing, so she communicated with a whiteboard. Now she's talking and upbeat. Her family says she is making great progress.
Keeping a good attitude is the biggest role, or else it'll be miserable.
Yeah.
So I try and keep it fun and keep a good attitude.
Evie's family says they rely on the community and medical staff for support.
One thing that's really got us through is the people from home making, constant communication. And they understand we can't always answer, but just to get that text at, early in the morning or late in the afternoon that says, hey, we're thinking about you. I never realized how much that impacted a person.
You got me. I got you. Well, you want me to brush your teeth?
Evie has formed a special bond with her entire care team, but especially her nurse, Joe.
Those two have bonded and cried together. It's truly amazing to watch. It's like Joe's was sent to help her get through this journey.
Fist bumping is a part of this new relationship.
Just love.
Sign from Joe that everything's going to be okay. The fist bump of inspiration struck Lissy Compton.
Fist bumps for Evie Lou came from the video we saw of her, and it was one of the first videos we saw.
Fist bump.
Fist bump.
What you trying to do?
It was like, oh, she's gonna be okay, and because you saw her like fist bump her nurse Joe, and she was like funny.
Is that what you're doing?
Compton got to work and designed this shirt, Fist Bumps for Evie Lou.
Fist bumps are, like a, yeah, fist bump. You got this, Evie. You're gonna be okay.
950 shirts have been pre-sold. And Compton says all of the proceeds will go to help Evie in her journey.
It's an artist that took the time, that much time, to draw something that was so special to us. Because that moment, that video to us, those are those little things that get you through.
I wish I could just hug everybody, but I can't. But it's been, the support has just been crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone realizes how much it affects me, but it really does help.
Evie's family says she's expected to go to rehab soon. She has a long road ahead of her, but Evie says she's not giving up until she walks again. Back to you. Family and friends cheer as Rodney Welch becomes West Monroe's first black alderman.
According to the best of my ability and understanding.
His swearing in follows a Department of Justice lawsuit saying the districts violated the Voting Rights Act. So this is the first time voters elected 3 aldermen by district and 2 at large. Welch hopes to focus on economic development, affordable housing, and being a role model to black youth.
I mentor a lot of children, and so they watch me on a daily basis. And seeing me at this point being elected and being the first black ever, trust me, that speaks volume to them, and to know, and also gives them encouragement to know that, hey, if Rodney did it, I could do it also.
The other 4 aldermen, Morgan Buxton, Polk Bryan, Tom Hamilton, and Ben Westerberg, were all re-elected.
All the duties incumbent on me.
All the duties incumbent on me.
Mayor Stacey Mitchell was also sworn into her second term.
So we have 2 major drainage projects that are receiving capital outlay funding, additional funding for the Drago Street Sewer Lift Station, and then another sidewalk project funded.
Mayor Mitchell also says she plans to incentivize people to stay here and to recruit new businesses.
And if we just all continue to work together and work toward the same common end goal of making this a place that people and businesses want to be, so that businesses will locate, our children will have things to do, and they'll want to stay.
We begin with breaking news tonight. Monroe police respond to shots fired at Pecanland Mall this evening. Good evening to you. I'm Alyssa Azzara. Well, Trinity area residents in Catahoula Parish are now returning to their homes after a fire broke out at a nearby grain elevator last night. Good evening to you, and thank you for joining us. I'm Alyssa Azzara. The sheriff's office says the fire at Bungie Grain in Jonesville is now contained. Jennifer, that's right. When I asked Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser if he plans to announce a run for governor today, he said yes. In fact, he says we can expect a formal announcement in January. Welcome back. Well, many of the oyster fishermen of Plaquemines Parish have strong family ties to the European country of Croatia. Dave McNamara shows us where those oyster fishing skills come from in the heart of Louisiana.